Okay. All right. Well, first of all, I want to thank everyone for sharing in this special occasion. I'm going to probably get a little emotional because this is really, really exciting. So Camille is really proud, and we're proud of her and her accomplishments. And today we invited a guest speaker to come and share in that celebration with her. Minister Tavares is someone that we've known for a long time through our church and as a family friend, and he's a dynamic speaker, and he also is an educator. So at this time, I'd like to introduce him to come up and share some words, and then we'll move things forward.
Camille, this is very exciting. And so, first of all, it's so great to see all of you gathered here to celebrate her and her achievement. But I also know that those of you who are gathered here as you celebrate her achievement, this is a collective thing because you all are going through this journey of being in high school together, of growing from moving from young adults to adults together. And so I know what it feels like to see people that you love and care for reach part of their dreams, because that says to you also that you can do the same thing. So as you celebrate her today, also be extremely excited about ways that she's going to celebrate you and the way you all are going to continue to celebrate each other. And keep in mind that as you look around the room at young people who are striving, young people who are achieving athletically, academically, personally, that what is happening is you all are being molded and shaped into the leaders of our world. I mean, Camille, the things that you are about to go through now as you head into college are going to continue to transform you, and they're going to continue to bring more of the best out of you. You know, every time you look at a diamond, one of the things that we should start doing is think about where the diamond began. Think about that lump of coal that was buried in the ground and there was pressure being put on it. Because I know sometimes when you had to practice and then you had a test the next day, it felt like pressure, didn't it? Does it feel like that when you have practice and you have to test the next day? It's pressure. And you got your parents asking you, telling, okay, need you to do this, need you to do that. Coach is saying, need you to do this, need you to do that. Teacher's saying, I need you to do this, I need you to do that. Principal coming on the loudspeaker, I need everybody to do this and to do that, right? Feels like pressure. But pressure, and for those in sports, you've heard that it makes a pipe burst, right? But also pressure brings the best out of an individual. And so, Camille, I'm so excited that you decided to let pressure bring the best out of you. To let pressure turn you from a piece of coal that had unlimited potential into a diamond that has even more potential. Because see, the great thing about once you become the diamond, now when the light shines through you, you can bless people in ways that you never even asked, imagined, or thought. And so I just want to close this, Camille, by honoring you in a very special way. I'm blessed with the in part of my journey, I've been able to express myself through poetry. I love to write. I love to express my feelings that way. And I want to express something about Camille through a poem that you've never heard before, because no one in this room has ever heard me recite poetry. But what's going to make it so different is it'll also be a poem that I've never heard before. The poem is going to be an impromptu piece based off of words that I'd like for certain people in the room to give me that captures what Camille and her journey mean to you. And so I want to ask her grandmother, her grandfather, and her mother to give me 3 special words.
Courage.
And Auntie as well. Give me, so we're not going to give them all at the same time. This is how it'll work. They're going to give me the words one at a time. I'm going to start the piece, and they're just going to throw the words into the atmosphere. I'll take the words, take them, mold them into a piece that I hope blesses you and honors Camille all at the same time. But before we start, can someone give me a title of this piece? Bomb.
Like bomb?
Like D-O-M, like the bomb. Like,
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha. Gotcha. All right, so here we go. All right, so about every 20 seconds, I'll look your way and then give me your word, all right?
Okay.
So the title of this piece will simply be Camille is the bomb.
Right.
Right? With a D. So when we think about the bomb with a D going through our minds, we think about the drift of eternity as it begins to stretch us and move us through time. And we're beginning to understand that in this moment, this second, in this minute, as we express ourselves through this rhyme, we're going to celebrate Camille because she is a gift sublime.
Courage.
And she has courage. She has courage to accomplish every task. She has courage to remove the mask and show the true self who lives inside. You see, some people walk down the hall with pride for all the wrong reasons because they forget that as we move through the midst of these seasons that our life is supposed to be a gift. It's supposed to be a blessing. And I hope that as you have encountered Camille walking through the halls, you're not missing the lesson. You're not missing the lesson of someone who understands what it means to struggle yet still rise. Somebody who understands what it means to fight and realize that you don't have to beat down others to win the prize. She understands that the gift of her life is when she is walking bright and she's shining like the sunrise, even when it's 7 a.m. and she's thinking about how her day is going to go, because at 9 a.m. the day begins to flow. Then at 10 a.m. others begin to know that she is someone special. She is someone great. She is someone who has touched our hearts and minds in ways that we will never forget. But let us not forget that she is the bomb, and that's why when she walks into a room, it's like it explodes with light, it explodes with power, and that's why we're here to celebrate her in the midst of this moment, this minute, this second, and this hour.
Directness.
And I'm thinking about the directness that begins to perfect us, because we hear messages that come directly from God telling us that we have a purpose. We hear messages that come directly from God telling us that we can work this. We hear messages that come directly into our heart, mind, and soul, and we realize that we are worth more than the weight of gold. We realize that we are bright, shining light. We realize that we have the strength to win the fight. We realize that even as we're praying in the midst of the night, that next day when we awake, we're going to find that the earth will begin to quake around us, because as we said, she is the bomb. And I'm thinking about how she's going to go on, and she's going to have a story to tell, and she is going to show us how we are ones in whom greatness dwells. And I'm thinking about how she is so kind, and how she expresses it through the beauty of her mind, and how she expresses it by always being there right on time with the right word to say each and every day. She has a special way of lifting us when we feel like we should be down. She has a special way of lifting us just with the graciousness of the sound of her voice, telling us that we have a choice. We can either be silent or we can be the bomb, not in the sense of violence, but the bomb in the sense of helping us understand that we can rework this world if we will allow the love that lives inside of us to come out in the midst of the silence. Because in the silence, our greatness whispers and it says, let me out. Our greatness whispers and it says, Camille, let me scream and shout. Her greatness whispered and said, Camille, we're going to show this world how we were sent here to turn it out and make it better than it was before we came. And that's why we're so blessed to know you by the graciousness of your name and your presence. Your essence is like pure light. Your essence reminds us all that we are eagles who can take flight. Your essence reminds us that even when we've been wronged, somehow, if we simply stay focused, we will end up right. And I'm thinking about what this scholarship means. You see, parents have always a way of putting the practical nature on our dreams, because, see, this scholarship means that you have earned your way to an education. This scholarship means that you have earned your way to be a mark of inspiration. This scholarship means that you are one of many who walk this nation. Now, I'm not talking about many as in millions, but many as in the few thousands who are able to take their gifts and turn it and make it and shape it into something that yields blessings right here and right now. And I hope that as you think about the sound of Camille being the bomb, that you're hearing these sacred sounds. I hope that you realize that just like her, everywhere you go to is sacred ground. I hope that you understand that this moment which we are sharing is profound, because we are here to celebrate. We are here to uplift. We are here to be reminded of the gift that we all are. And we're so thankful, Camille, that you are shining like the bright morning star. God bless you.
That was awesome. That was great. If I could have all guests and everybody surround Camille and up top, up front, Mom and the rest, and then players, please come behind them and stand the coaches. You're right. Coaches and players. If I have coaches up here in front and then the players beside, okay? Who you want? Good? All right. We'll start this off, Camille. I need Mom up here.
I'm right here. They can see
I
me.
know, right? It's not here. You got to sign. You got to sign which report. Yeah, no, you man, real fine.
Mama says yes.
You can start signing here. Your name. Full name. Even middle name.
You want to know? Oh, no, shame.
Right? Camille, you should be shaking. All right. All right. Now, you can. Signing date. Today's date.
Today's the 16th.
16th. 2015. All right. And time. Right now, it's 2:15 p.m. All right. Mom, if you will sign right down below. There were many, and a lot of pictures being taken. All right, you got it all the way across? You got to put time too, Mom.
Okay.
Don't mess that up. We'll be in trouble. NCAA's get us.
Oh, it's like a movie song.
All right. All right. Same thing here. And you don't have to put the time this time. And today's date. Mom, if you can sign right underneath. And with this signature, Ms. Camille, you are now received a scholarship to the University of AGGIE. There you go. Good job. And that is it. And you want to take more pictures with her up front? You know? Ben?
Thank you.
This is it. All right. If you would like, students, I hate to tell you, but you got to go to class.
Oh, no.
Huh? All right, grab your cupcake and then go. But Miss Spears, hold up. Miss Spears got to speak first. Hold up, Miss Spears got to speak. Hold on.
Vanilla. Cream. Yes.
All right, there you go. All right, now, get your coaches. Any coach you want.
Oh, thank you.
Goodbye to that.
I know you're excited. Thank you. Oh, I'm good. Thank you. Oh. It's okay. Thank you. Yes.
You did it. It's official. It's right here. No, not yet. A bruise.
Thank you, everyone.
Yeah.